Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2022, and it's finally time to renegotiate our contract. Of course, we are going to be leaving the underperforming Aston Martin of the past few rounds. It's been very underperforming, and we're going to apply for another team. Who's it going to be? Yes, you've probably already guessed it. It's going to be Williams. The team that we resisted at the start of the season has finally caught up with us, yes. After being in Williams twice in the F1 2021 career, we are now returning once again to the Williams. But can it be better than this Aston Martin car? Well, we're just about to find out as we now get accepted as the Williams driver. Let's have a look, and hopefully we'll. And it's going to, yes, of course, we always go for the low ball figure, so we make sure that we actually get that seat. Otherwise, it could get very messy indeed. Yes, very messy indeed. So there you go. Unfortunately, we got not enough money for the perk fund. So we've got no money for any supermodels, which are never on there anyway. And we got no money for anything else. Oh, bugger. Bugger. Bugger, bugger. Anyway, here we are. It magically appears out of the ether. It's the Williams racing car, yes, for the rest of this Season 1 of the F1 2022 All Seasons Career Mode. And as you can see in the vehicle performance comparison chart, we are second now. Second, we've got lots of developments going on the car, so we are catching up very, very quickly to the Haas car, which is currently third from the bottom of the table. And look at all those developments. Fantastic. Okay, then it's time to move on to the next round of the championship. And oh, God. And our R&D's completely fucked itself. Wowzers. Absolute wowzers. Let's go and do the Pirelli hot lap, shall we? Gosh, what on earth happened there? So there you go. We just finished up on the Pirelli hot lap. Did we actually finish it? Did we achieve it? Oh, bugger. No, we failed. Yes. Anyway, let's have a look at the driver moves, of course, because we've moved to Williams. And now Nicholas Latifi has moved to replace us at Aston Martin. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If he does better than me, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, there you go then. And, oh God, qualifying is going to be wet, but the race is going to be dry. Let's have a look at the engines then that we've inherited from Williams. And once again, it seems like all the other teams just completely smashed their number one engine set to destruction. Look at it. Look, it's just completely destroyed. And the other engines aren't looking too bad. But, oh God, the internal combustion engine, we've only got one left. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That looks like we may have to take a penalty at some point in the rest of this season then, because we've only got one internal combustion engine left that's any good, because the other one is in the yellow. Anyway, practice has been completed at Canada. Oh how we love you so. And we got 1,800 resource points. So here we are, it's raining at Canada, but we are going to put on a dry setup because we are on parc fermé conditions. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. We're on a pretty low downforce, so about to cross the line for our first qualifying run. At the moment it's 6th position, 1.2 seconds behind the leader. We're not really worried about the qualifying times because we're going to make up for it in the race as we exceed track limits there. But at the moment we're still in 8th place, so pretty decent and slightly up on the delta time. Let's have a look and see what happens across the line. No, it's still 8th place at the moment, so that's still pretty decent in these wet conditions, and we're on a dry setup. Not bad indeed. Not bad indeed. As we accelerate forward now to just 55 seconds left. Oh, look at the time. Look at the delta time. Almost 2 seconds up. We're almost 2 seconds up. What is going? It's drying out. That's why it's drying out. We're about to cross the line. Is this going to be pole? Oh my God, it is. It's pole position. Pole position at Canada in wet conditions, and we're on a dry setup. It's unbelievable. That's from the guy that never gives up and he never surrenders. Don't you know? Don't you know? But are we going to hang on to that lead? Because look, Verstappen's on dry tyres. Verstappen's on dries, and so is Carlos Sainz as we're about to now finish the qualifying session. Look at this. Look at this. We're slightly up in the delta. No, we've lost a bit there. I was about to cross the line. But are we going to stay in first place? We're going to. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. I think it's going to be an absolute disaster, actually. Oh God, it's going to be last. It's going to be bloody. No, it's still 7th. Wow, that's very surprising. Very surprising indeed. Let's have a look at that then. Oh, that's why, because they didn't have time to get out on the dry tyres in time. Only 6 people ahead of us, and they all got faster times than us, got out on the dry. So yes, 7th place for the start of Canada. Wowzers, me trousers. Okay then, let's bloody well do this. Well, I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it.
Hello and welcome to the Ile Notre Dame once again. for what promises to be another incredible Canadian Grand Prix at a fiercely competitive circuit where pole position can often be decided by less than 1/10 of a second. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, the captain, Leclerc, Russell, Ocon, and Fernando Alonso. Gasly, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, they've taken a grid penalty, and Joe, Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Nicholas Latifi, and Sergio Perez. Albon and Sebastian Vettel starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. A warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who is beside me in the commentary box today. We should talk about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the all seasons clear mode, and we say go, 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 and it's away we go. Actually from 6th place start on the grid now. Let's see what Douglas is going to do. He's going to go into one. He's going to dive down the inside. We just know he's going to on Magnussen. Yes, past, in fact, he got past two cars up into, whoa, this is going to get tight. A little bit of wheel bang in there with the Alfa Romeo car as well, but I think we got through. Yes, we have got through. I can't believe it. Up into 4th position. 4th position in our, we're going to award him for corner cutting, but 4th place in our first run out in this Williams car. This is definitely feels like a faster car than the Aston Martin that we've just left. Definitely a faster car, because look at the position we are in. 4th place, just behind Lulu, just behind little Lulu. I can't believe it, but it's true. Yes, 4th place for us, but unfortunately Lewis Hamilton is starting to pull away now. But Valtteri Bottas and the Alfa Romeo is directly behind us in 5th place, and in Magnussen's in 6th. He's on a medium tyre, so he's going to go for a very long run on this first stint. And look at this though, Bottas is going down the inside of us. Are we going to hold it? Are we going to hold it? Yes, we are. Right round the outside, and we hold on to the 4th position place. Still the first lap. Coming down this very, very long straight now, as you can see. Hamilton's now already got the gap up to almost a second on us. Lando Norris is directly ahead of Lewis Hamilton in second place, as we now go past Champions Wall for the very, very first time, and a great sort of result there for the Hookster as we're about to cross the line for the first lap. And yes, 4th position is still on as we accelerate forward at lap 2, still in 4th place. Hamilton's got the gap up now to 1.6 seconds, and the fastest lap once again goes to Maxi Boy, because he's in the lead of the race, as the DRS has now been enabled as we accelerate forward out to lap 5. Still holding on to 4th. Unfortunately, Hamilton in that Mercedes has got the gap up to now nearly 7 seconds. George Russell, don't cry, George, don't cry. Is currently in 5th place, almost half a second behind us as we accelerate for lap 7. I think this is going to be our in lap. I think we're going to come in on this lap for our tyres. Let's have a look and see if we do. Yes, we do. Fantastic. Oh, bloody hell, almost lost it there coming into the pits. Did you see that? That was close. Now, are we going to get a perfect stop? Are we going to hit the button perfectly? Yes, we bloody well do. So the lads change us on to the yellow sidewall tyre. Thank you, lads. Quickly. That was a nice stop. 2.3 seconds. Look at that. And we're going to rejoin now in 15th position at the moment, just behind Latifi, who's in our car, our old Aston Martin car. He's in it and he's ahead of us, but he's still got to stop, of course. As we accelerate for the lap 8. Going past Champions Wall once again, and also going past the pits. There's a lot of cars in. There's at least 5, 6, maybe even 7 cars in for their pit stops, and we now go back into the points. Yes, 8th place at the moment, 8th position. Don't forget, of course, there are a few medium runners ahead of us that have got to stop and go on to the soft tyres. We got out in front of George the Russell as well on lap 9. Big accelerate forward on lap 10. Look at this. George Russell is using all the skills in his toolbox to try and get past us, but we're going to have this very, very tight inside line. George tried for the move there, but saw there was no space, and we still carry on in 8th place. 2 more cars, I think, have come in for their pit stops. Yes, they have. Magnussen has come in as well, and we're up now to 6th place. There may be some more runners to stop though as we accelerate forward at lap 11. Just going, yes, one more runner's coming in. It's Charles Leclerc. Oh, contact between us, and what the hell is George Russell doing? Don't cry, George. What the hell was that? We get a yellow flag caution. That was a suicidal move there from George Russell, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 12, and we've got some flags going on out the circuit here, as you can see, some greens now. But anyway, Carlos Sainz has come in for a pit stop. Carlos Sainz on lap 12, so now we go into 5th place. But unfortunately, we may not have lost a position because Charles Leclerc is out there on softs now. Has he already stopped though? I'm not quite sure. As we accelerate forward at lap 14, and Charles Leclerc is now 7.5 seconds ahead of us, and I think he has stopped. So I think we have lost out in the pit stop cycle just to one car. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But still, 5th place is really decent. As you can see, Valtteri Bottas and the Alfa Romeo all... I think there was a little bit of contact between us and Valtteri Bottas there on lap 15, but we hold on at the moment of this 5th place. Charles Leclerc is ahead of us. Yes, I think he's definitely jumped us in the pit stop cycle. Anyway, we accelerate forward at lap 15. Here comes Valtteri Bottas round the outside of us, but of course we're going to have this tighter inside line of Champions Wall, so we are going to get the advantage if we can just hold it together, and we do. And we're still in 5th place. Charles Leclerc now 10 seconds ahead of us as we accelerate forward now to lap 18. It's the last lap of the race, everyone. We are going to finish in the points, and Maxi Boy has won the race, and we're going to finish in the good points. 5th place is in the good points. Yes, 5th to 1st is the good points, and 6th to 10th is what we call the bad points. Yes, because they're good points, but they're not... Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway, I cross the line now. The checkered flag comes out, and we just hold off Sergio Perez, and we've done it. Wowzers. Well, what a great result for us at Canada in our first run out in the Williams. The Hookster says he was very impressed with the car as Sergio Perez gets driver of the day. He says he was very impressed with the car. In fact, he said it felt pretty stable into the corners. There are the team mechanics at Red Bull. Is there any famous? No, there's not. There's no F1 YouTubers. And there is Maxi Boy getting congratulated by Lando Norris. Fantastic result once again from the unstoppable Red Bull. There he is. There's Tiamat Marduk. Put another shrimp on the Barbie, mate. Put another shrimp on the Barbie. And there's the cars, and the drivers have already got out of them. So on to the podium now. Let's see them all congratulating them. Oh, here comes the handshake. Here comes the handshake once again. Yes. There's Maxi Boy. On to the podium now, and Lando's there in 3rd place, and Lulu got 2nd position as well. Fantastic. He'll be well happy with that, because he's not getting 2nd places in the 2023 season, is he? No, he's not. I wish they'd do something with that girl's hair, because it's annoying me now, Anyway, it's time now for the champagne to go over everyone. Fantastic. So there we go then. Let's have a look at the point situation. Maxi Boy, of course, won the race, and our teammate Alexander Albon only finished in 17th place. So in the standings now, we are in 11th place with 20 World Championship points. Maxi Boy's in the lead with 218, and Sergio's in 2nd place with 131, and we're 8th in the Constructors' Championship at the moment. So let's have a look at the replay now and see exactly what happened to George Russell after that suicidal move. There, he's going for a move on the Hookster. There's a little bit of wheel banging, but that's fair, that's decent. But what? George just pulled off. George just pulled off the circuit. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Now, has he got a mechanical failure, or is he just waiting for all the cars to go past? This is very strange from George and the Russell. What is going on, George? George, don't cry, George, don't cry. No, he's rejoined the circuit, so he was just waiting for all the cars to go past. That's bizarre. Very bizarre indeed. It looks like the Hooks have just completely outclassed him. Anyway, it's time to move on to the next... it's time for the British Grand Prix from Silverstone. Practice has been completed. Some more lovely resource points. 1,472. Development boost now to the gearbox, to the turbo durability, and to the gearbox again. Yes. Oh God. So here we go at Silverstone, which is always pretty meh for the Hookster. He doesn't really do that badly, but he doesn't really do that good either. Anyway, let's have a look and see what happens as he crosses the line for his first qualifier. At 6th place at the moment, but oh my goodness, 2 seconds behind the leader after just his first run. That is not good. As we accelerate forward now to just 6 minutes left of qualifying, and we dropped down to 18th place, still ahead of our teammate though, and slightly up on the deltas, but only slightly. Yes, just sort of 3 tenths. Let's have a look and see if we can improve on this. Yes, we do. It's 15th place now. We're caught inside Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher. As we accelerate forward now, I think that's the end of the qualifying. Yes, it is. Oh God, it's 16th position in the end. 16th place for Hookster at Silverstone. Lando Norris got pole. Lando! We end up in 16th, just ahead of our own teammate Alexander Albon. Fantastic.
We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Silverstone circuit is 3.6 miles long, has a total of 18 corners, and of course is no stranger to the rain. There won't be any DRS available in these conditions, but the Wellington and Hangar Straights are still good opportunities to tuck into the slipstream and make a pass. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Gasly and George Russell, Bottas, Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda and Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, the captain, Alex Albon and Guan Yu Zhou, Vettel and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who is beside me in the commentary box today. We should talk about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Oh no, it's a reversal of fortunes here. Now it's raining in the race as the 5 lights go out. The all-season's career mode, and we say go, go, go. And it's away we go. Unfortunately, the Hookster can't get a good start off the line because of the full traction control. This is going to be a problem. We're getting absolutely mullered, and we get passed by Alexander Albon, and we go very, very wide to turn 1. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's see if the Hookster can pull it up out of the bag. Let's have a look and see if he's going to do a dive on Albon down the inside. Does he get through? Yes, he does. Up into 14th position, but we got a car off to the left-hand side. Who is that? I think that's K-Mag in the Huss car. Yes, it is. And we're still holding on to 15th at the moment. Look at the cars going past us, though. Albon gets past. The Huss tries to get past, but doesn't. But yes, we've dropped out of place out of 15th place. We've got Guan Yu Zhou directly behind us in 16th position. And look at these cars all over the place, And we just have no traction in the wet whatsoever. Well, we have got traction. We got too much traction, unfortunately, in the wet. Yes, due to the full traction, it's just too much, and it's bogging us down, and we've just got no speed in this car. So this is not going to be good, I have to say, for any chance of some World Championship points. But we will persevere now as we're about to enter the Baggett and the Beckett section of the glorious Silverstone Grand Prix. Yes, there's been Grand Prix here since 1950, and I remember because I wasn't. Anyway, let's continue on now. Still the first lap. We've gone through Maggots, we've gone through Beckett's, we're now going down the Hangar Straight for the first time in this Grand Prix. We're currently in 15th place. Now, unfortunately, if the rain doesn't stop, this means it's going to be a no-stop Grand Prix, which also means, unfortunately, for excitement value, it's not going to be on. It's not going to be on, as we are now getting very close, though, to the back of our own teammate, Alexander Albon. He's in a huge cluster of cars ahead. Yuki Tsunoda's there in the mix as well, but this could be an opportunity to try and get past Albon for our bragging rights, of course, as we're now going to lap 2. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 2. Look at this, Yuki Tsunoda's fighting with Albon. We're going to go see if we can get a move on Yuki Tsunoda. Oh no, we're going for our own teammate, though, down the inside of Alexander Albon. Can we make the move stick? Albon's still there off to the right-hand side, but yes, we've done it. That's it. That's all we needed to do was get past our own teammate, and we have, as we accelerate forward down to lap 2. Just going past the old section of the circuit here where you used to come in for your pits. I think it's used by MotoGP now, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, as you can see, Albon still behind us as we accelerate for the lap 5. Lap 5, yes. And as you can also see now, we're still in 14th place. We've got Guan Yu Zhou trying to get past us. And I think he's going to... No, he isn't. So we hold on. And Yuki Tsunoda is now 7 seconds ahead. So unfortunately, at half distance in this Grand Prix, I think the positions are pretty much going to be about the same. Because, of course, with no pit stops, there's going to be no opportunity to try and make passes as we accelerate on lap 7. So, yes, the gap to Yuki now is 8.2 seconds. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag. Someone's slowing down. What's going on? Is that Yuki? Is that Yuki slowing down? Well, someone's definitely slowed down ahead of us. I'm not quite sure who that is. I think it may be Yuki. Maybe he had some contact with Ocon ahead. I'm not quite sure now he's slowed down. But anyway, can we catch him? Can we catch him in the final laps of this Grand Prix? I'm not quite sure. We're really busy at the moment trying to deal with Guan Yu Zhou, who's looking very, very racy in that Alfa Romeo as we accelerate for lap 9. Lap 9, yes, no change in the positions. You can see on the mini-map now, we've got a huge cluster of cars behind us, but we've got a huge gap between us and Yuki Tsunoda. It's now 4.6 seconds as we accelerate for lap 10. Still in 14th place, but Carlos Sainz has come in for a pit stop. This is very weird. This is very weird. He shouldn't be coming in. The tyres are at 38%, so they're almost at their margins of sort of total adhesion, but I'm not quite sure why he's coming for a pit stop. As we accelerate for the lap 13 to last lap of the race, and look at this. Yuki, not Yuki, it's Guan Yu Zhou trying to go for a last-ditch move to get past us, going through Magnussen and Beckett, and Lando Norris has won the race now. Lando's won it, and we're still holding off from Guan Yu Zhou, and we do manage to do so. We now go down the hangar straight for the very, very last time. This is going to be... Oh, look at this, though. Look at this from Guan Yu Zhou. Well, I thought he was going to try and go for a move there, but he's actually backing off out of this. Well, fantastic. So it looks like with our little bit of ERS that we had left, we've had enough and done enough to actually keep Guan Yu Zhou behind us. So approaching the final corners of this Grand Prix, yes, we are going to finish, unfortunately, in 13th position. Unlucky for some and definitely unlucky for Hookster. As you can see, it's almost dried up as we're about to cross the line. So a few more laps and we would have had to come onto dry tyres anyway. But there you go. Pretty disappointing, but not a lot you can do in the wet conditions. And especially running full traction, you just can't get the power down. And driver of the day goes to George Russell. George Russell, don't cry. Don't cry. There are the McLaren. That's the same girl from Red Bull. I'm sure it is. Someone get some more character models, please. This is ridiculous. There's Lando. Lando, we love you, Lando. Yes, we do. And so do all the team mechanics. Look at all the hugsies there. They'll all be in the shower and the bath later, all together with all the soap. Oh, it'll be glorious. It'll be glorious. Oh, it'll be like that time back in the 70s. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the podium now. Yes, oh, there goes the handshake, and this time it's for Lando Norris as he approaches the podium. And there he is, up onto the top step. And Charles Leclerc in third place, and Checo Perez in second position. Fantastic. No awards for Hookster, unfortunately, with his 13th place, but there you go. Still a good result in a Williams. Still a good result. There was Alex Gillian, famous F1 YouTuber and Facebook gaming, ex-Facebook gaming, because he left because they weren't paying him enough. Oh dear. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Let's look at the scores of the doors then. Lando Norris got 25 points and won the race. Checo Perez in second place. Charles Leclerc in third place. Maxi Borelli finished in fifth place. We finished in 13th. Alexander Albon, our teammate, only finished in 16th place. Let's go to the standings now. Of course, no change for us. Still 11th place with 20 points. Max Verstappen's now pulled it out a little bit more to 228. And Checo Perez is in second place with 149 points. And Alexander Albon is well down in the 8th place for constructors. Let's go to a replay now and see exactly what happened to... Oh, that's what happened to Carlos Sainz. Look, he got a puncture. Remember I said in the commentary that, of course, the tyres were reaching their sort of limits of adhesion. Well, they have certainly done that for Carlos Sainz. There is a puncture. It's very rare to see punctures actually happen in this game. In fact, all the Codemasters games. But yes, it does happen occasionally, and there you go. He's obviously gone over the curb a little bit too hard and punctured the tyre. Of course, these intermediate tyres are a very, very soft compound. Very, very soft compound. In real life, if you run these tyres on a dry track, they'd last about 3 laps before they completely burnt out and deteriorated. Yes, that's why you have the rain on them the grooves on them to keep the rain off, and that actually helps cool down the tyre. Anyway, there you go then. So Carlos Sainz coming for a pit stop very, very late, and of course he lost the position and of course lost any points in this race as well. As we now look at our rivalry breakdown, I'd just like to say thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always, and yes, of course, there will of course be more later.